Hi, this is your group leader, Jennifer, and I wanted to share with you something I had discovered when I was studying the disciple Peter. This conversation I'm showing you in the video is how it looks in my Bible and maybe slightly different in yours, but this is how it goes. When they had finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you truly love me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," he said, "you know that I love you." And Jesus said, "Feed my lambs." Again, Jesus said, "Simon, son of John, do you truly love me?" He answered, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." And Jesus said, "Take care of my sheep." Some Bibles say, "Feed my sheep," right there. And the third time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was hurt because Jesus asked him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you." And Jesus said, "Feed my sheep." So close your eyes real quick. Okay, open them back again. I didn't want you to get dizzy. So I underlined some words in the conversation because they actually have a little richer meaning in the Greek than just the English words that we have. So the first one you'll notice is love. Son of John, Simon, son of John, do you truly love me? He was using the agapeo form of love, which is God's love for man, or vice versa. To esteem, love, indicating a direction of will and finding one's joy in something or someone. That was the kind of love that Jesus was talking about. And Peter answered with a different love, as you see underlined in his sentence. He used the phileo kind of love, indicating feelings and warm affection. It's the kind of love expressed by a kiss. But you'll also notice in that sentence the word know is underlined. That word is to know intuitively, intuitive knowledge. This is the kind of knowledge that Jesus would have, being God, that he could look into people's hearts or into people's minds and know something. That's the word that Peter is using here. In the last sentence, Jesus said, "Feed my lambs." The word he used there for feed it's a word used metaphorically of a Christian teacher, meaning to instruct. And the lambs are young sheep, especially one that's not yet weaned, less than 1 year old or without permanent teeth. So you could take that Jesus was saying, instruct the babies, or it's probably more like this, instruct the new converts, the new believers. Those would be the young ones. In the next section, Jesus again said, "Simon, son of John, do you truly love me?" He again used the agapeo kind of love, the to esteem love, indicating a direction of will love. And Peter answered, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you," using that same word for know, that intuitive knowledge kind of know. And Peter again used the phileo answer for love, indicating the warm affection and feelings. In the last sentence, Jesus said, "Take care of my sheep." The word he used for take care was a word, I can't pronounce it, it's Greek. I'll just tell you the definition. To shepherd, to tend. It's the whole office of the shepherd as guiding, guarding, folding of the flock, as well as leading it to nourishment. That's what take care of means in Greek. And the word sheep, it's little sheep, but not a lamb. It was used as a term of endearment. Sheep, on their account of their simplicity and mildness, inoffensiveness, patience, and obedience, are used as emblems of believers in Christ. In the last part of their conversation, the third time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" This time, Jesus was using the phileo kind of love. Do you have warm affection, indicating feelings toward me? Peter was hurt because Jesus asked him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he answered, "Lord, you know." And the word he used there for know is a different word for know that we saw in the prior part of the conversation. This know is to know something experientially. Frequently suggests the inception or progress of knowledge. So you come to know something over time and experience. That's what Peter is saying there in the first part of that sentence. Lord, you know through experience all things. You know, because now we're back to the intuitive knowledge, know that I, phileo, love you. And Jesus said, feed my sheep. And that word for feed is back to the word for instruct. A Christian teacher instructing. And we're back to the word sheep, but this time it's the sheep, the emblem of all Christian believers, but not the little lambs. So taking that into consideration, I am going to give you a revised version of this conversation. I wrote it out again. I won't charge anybody for my own personal biblical translation. I'm just kidding. This is what it sounded like to me. When they had finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me? Do you esteem me? Do you find your joy in me? Is your will directed toward me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," he said, "you intuitively know, because you have fullness of all knowledge, that I love with warm affection you." And Jesus said, "Instruct the young ones." Again, Jesus said, "Simon, son of John, do you truly love me, esteem me, find your joy in me, direct your will toward mine?" And he answered, "Yes, Lord, you know, because you have all fullness of all knowledge, that I love with warm affection you." And Jesus said, "Tend the whole flock of believers in Christ as a shepherd does with sheep." And the third time, he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me with warm affection kind of love?" And Peter was hurt because Jesus asked him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said, "Lord, you know through our experiences together all things. You know, because you have fullness of all knowledge, that I love with warm affection you." And Jesus said, "Instruct the believers in Christ." And that's all I have to share with you. And I hope you found that to be interesting and intriguing like I did. And let me know if you have any questions. I can provide the Greek words that went with that. I have a Bible that gives me the Greek translations. So that's all.